And we're live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Punk Rock Libertarians podcast, episode number, 458. Good Lord, that's a lot of episodes.
Good Lord.
What
a lot of wasted time.
Oh, so much wasted time. Anyway, I'm Otto. Tonight I'm joined with Victor Charlie.
Hola, amigos.
The election what is that? Election variant?
Election variant. That's what's coming up soon.
That's funny. Funny. And then there's Jared over there.
Hello.
Say hi, Jared. Good. And the voluntarist? Yeah, voluntarist.
Don't you know who I am yet?
Yeah, we only say that like every episode.
Chops. I'm distracted by the muffin chops, all right?
Yeah. Well, what do you think of the mutton chops? For those that can't see it if you're listening. Yeah, I'm debuting.
I want to see the leather jacket that comes along with it.
I was just curious, like how the Battle of Antietam like really was fought, and I don't know.
Yeah, what's your first-hand account?
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe make it more of like a steampunk kind of a mutton chops. You know, like maybe some
for it.
Just wear like those like goggles.
Yeah, the goggles, and you know, and like drive around. You know, maybe I don't know.
Like have one of those
Model T with it, like, you know, get some kind of like weird old timer look going.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think I'm going to just say this. I'm going to try to bring in a new golden age of mutton chops. Like,
that's all we can do.
Yeah.
I like the dye job too. Or is that just natural like that?
He is just for men, just for bad.
What? I bleached this white.
A touch of gray. He put a touch of gray in his...
A touch of gray.
And special guest tonight, making his debut on this worthless podcast, is plant-based himself. Plant-based Matt, welcome.
What's up?
Oh, he's got such good audio. So good.
Do I really?
Yeah. Well, usually like the autists will come on like talking on their phone, and like they'll be like this, like the screen will be like, hey guys, what's going on? How are you? Super close.
Yeah, it's amazing how few people actually can like get good audio going. It's
worse than mine.
You know, our slogan, you know, that we got from Michael Dean: "Bad audio is a hate crime."
Sure is.
I made sure to make it crisp just for James.
All right.
Yeah. No one needs to die. Nice.
Yeah. Evening, guys. Well, evening to you, Hunter. Why don't you? We should start charging people for this. They should have like a system where you can, you read people's comments that they have to pay for. That would be great.
Chat.
Yeah, they do that on YouTube.
Super chat. Yeah, let's do super chats and let's just say and invite povertarians. Like, we'll read anything that you super chat. Like, if you want to, you can say absolutely anything on the show in a super
unless
chat.
It's the N-word or something like that. I'm not reading that. Sorry.
Well, it
not
might
get into trouble. Right. Not get into trouble like some people I know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We could edit it accordingly, but I think that's a fair offer, right? To like any hater out there, right? You've got something terrible you want to say about Otto, you know, like I'd say for like, what do you think? $10 minimum, $20 minimum?
We could start at $10 and see where that goes.
We will say anything.
We will say anything,
even
self-deprecating. But no racial slurs.
Yeah, my OnlyFans has been slacking.
Yeah, you need to step that game up.
Upload more to OF. Yeah, good call.
Link.
I know Mitch is always trying to get me to show my nipple, but did you guys talk about that when I wasn't on the podcast? I got a random text when I was on vacation. And you're like, how much?
Yeah. We were trying to determine what the going rate was to see your nipple.
Haven't we been raising money? I thought we've been getting pledges. Or how's that going so far?
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
I don't know. I got to check the GoFundMe.
I need the money. I literally need the money.
Pop that top off.
No, this is not Top Poppers LLC, okay? We are not doing that.
What are you talking about?
He wants me to pop my top off. We're not doing that. It's $100 if you want to, so I need that $300. No one. Okay. Never mind. Anyway, so lots been going on this week, right?
Tell us all about it. Where did we begin?
That was my cue for you guys to talk while I share the podcast.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, where to begin?
Let's. Where to begin?
I was in Montana. I don't know what was going on.
Yeah, none of us. Although we've seen some relevant memes, it looks like new COVID lockdowns are coming. Is it true? As the
AJ's on it, man.
Is the prophet telling the truth when he warns us of our impending doom?
I mean, that jar is filling up pretty rapidly as of late. So,
there it is.
There it is.
There you go.
Wow,
There it
31
is.
minutes.
We'll just pay the intro. Just the intro. It'll
guys,
give us
buckle up.
Buckle up. Here we go, folks. But
listen to all 31
minutes.
I'm gonna call him.
All right. Just the intro?
Yeah, just play the. Yeah, it's the.
All right.
It'll get the.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got a call yesterday. An individual was in town, and they wanted to meet with me that I know well, and they are a high-level manager in the TSA.
Hold on. Is this his domain? MadMaxWorld.tv?
I think he
Guess
keeps
so.
changing it so that.
That's awesome.
Right.
I just watched Mad Max for the first time this weekend.
Oh, wow.
What?
I know. It's wild, right?
Yeah, how could you possibly be prepared for the oncoming apocalypse without being familiar with all the various sci-fi genres? Because it's like you never really know which one it's going to be. You really have to be up to speed on all of them.
That's true. Yeah, I watched Mad Max and the second one.
Did you get to Thunderdome with Tina Turner though?
That's queued up for next.
Okay, I mean, to me, if I had to pick an apocalyptic scenario, I think that's the one I'd go for.
Good to know. All right.
And I went and met with them and had a cup of coffee with them. And they said, you got to warn people.
Just like Kyle.
Tuesday, we got called in
for coffee.
The managers, and told that by the middle of September, that the new policy is being written, that this is done. They were told this is happening. This is not hypothetical. You will all have to wear masks again, and so will airport employees. Then by the middle of October, they are going to say that everyone flying has to wear a mask. And in the meetings, people began to ask them, well, I mean, why is this happening? They said, well, because of the new variant in Canada and because of the WHO, they may, declare this. But regardless, we've been told this is going to happen.
Okay.
Sounds legit. I mean, the
I thought
timing
this would be like a climate change thing.
Yeah.
I think the timing is a little unusually specific, and we'll probably find out that it didn't happen in that time window, and then everyone will laugh at him because he's wrong, and then it'll happen.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll probably be like December.
Right. See, he's disgraced, Yeah, and they're like, he said it would be a BA 286 lockdown, but it's actually BA 233, by then, see, he was misinformation.
Shannon was telling me at her hospital that she works at, I won't say the name here, but apparently they had just gotten rid of the mask mandate, and now they're bringing it back because of some breakout that's happening. Even though I looked at the rates according to all the major outlets, and it's like the lowest it's been ever.
My wife doesn't have to wear a mask.
Yeah, they're bringing it back. I mean, she was like, the building across the street, they're making them wear it, and then she's like, it's probably going to come here. I won't get into specifics, but
here's a video I just found on the new variants, and they are hyping this shit up. And here, I just posted it down here, Jared. But they are hyping this up. I could see them doing it. In Alex Jones' scenario, they're talking travel restrictions, basically starting with the TSA, starting to mask. And then going back to the FAA, probably mandating that any air travel, you got to wear masks. And then it'll probably...
infections and hospitalizations are on the rise. And health officials
nice
are pointing to
why is that cow wearing a mask? What the
propaganda
fuck?
Variant EG.5, also nicknamed Eris. So what do we know about it? And should we be worried?
Should we be
The
worried?
World Health Organization...
Tell me right now, should we be worried?
classifies
Absolutely not.
EG.5
Where's
as a
Fauci when we need
variant
him?
of interest that should be
I don't know if I should be
carefully
worried.
watched. Eris is a subvariant of the Omicron lineage that originally emerged in
lineage.
November
Oh, the Omicron
2021.
lineage.
But despite
You mean the little
mutations
cough
that
I
make
had
the
for, like,
variant
a
more
week?
severe and contagious, the WHO says Eris currently does not seem to pose more of a threat to public health than other variants. As of the 8th of
Yo.
August, Eris has been found in more than 50 countries.
Just getting
This is
swabbed in the
according
street
to the WHO. It is the most
after getting a
common
pint
and
at the
fastest growing COVID
the pub.
subvariant in the United States. According to
Get
the
your
CDC,
17th booster to
estimated
stop
be
the spread.
responsible for around 17% of all current cases. Pfizer,
No, don't
Moderna,
show
and
it.
Novavax have all created new versions of their vaccines to target another
I'm sure they
Omicron
did.
New
sublineage,
versions.
XBB.1.5, which is similar to Eris.
Oh. I mean, they're talking boosters. They're talking basically COVID shots annually to go along with your flu shot. And if you're older, RSV. They're really pushing this shit. I could see them doing it. It's election season. They need the mail-in ballots. They need to have Biden campaigning from his basement or whoever they install.
I think it's too soon. It's too soon.
Well, right.
They
You
need
gotta
to put the
wait.
shit,
You
like,
gotta
late February.
Yeah.
People,
After the new year. Go ahead, Plant.
Are people stupid enough to fall for this again?
I
Yes,
think they are, dude. I think that especially where we
They'll
live
beg
in
for it.
Shitlib, Maryland. In Shitlib, Maryland, there's pockets
Oh,
where
yeah,
they will
you're-
immediately jump on it.
Can I
They
tell
will
people what
jump
state
on
you're
it.
from? Where we're that?
Yeah.
So you're in Florida.
Mhm.
We are in
Sandistan.
Maryland. Yeah, it is awful up here. It is just about as left as California in Massachusetts. So we would there's people still wearing masks like that never stopped. I see people walking their dogs wearing a mask outside.
Mhm.
So like all the time.
I think a lot of people will look at it like with nostalgia and be like, "Oh, remember when we wore masks? How much fun that was!"
Mhm.
And the little stickers on the grocery store floor, and
Very much so.
let's
Yes,
and we all
Brian.
stayed home and ate ice
Mm.
cream and ordered Amazon, like, and then I got a stimmy check and
Well,
Those
Yeah.
were the days.
So I like at the start of the pandemic, I was living in Nashville and it sucked. And I moved here and it was great. And like ever since then, it's just been awesome. But I mean, Nashville probably was, of course, tame compared to a bunch of different places, but it was still a bummer. Because we moved like right downtown during that time and it was the worst.
Yeah, there's still people wearing masks driving around here in Maryland. It's like, look at this fucking retard.
Well, so what if they really do come out with mask mandates and they start trying to tell you at the grocery store again? Like, what's going to be the game plan?
I mean, I swear those dots in the
self-defense.
6 feet, I think saved my life at the grocery store. And going one direction down the aisles. I mean,
Guys, they're still on the floor. I went to the doctor's today for the first time since 2019, and they're still on the floor, and they're still in the grocery stores too. We were in the grocery store, and there's still like remnants of it on the floor, saying like 6 feet apart. Only go this way.
oh no.
What if One Direction, the band, was just a, what's that called? Predictive
Wow.
programming? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they're gonna pull it off again. They're gonna see how much they could get away with. I was listening to No Agenda.
What are the business owners going to do? What are the bar and restaurant owners going to do? They saw like those that survived the last round, right? Let's face it. Like, we lost a whole bunch of those people in the last round. Are they going to just sit there and take it this time and close, walk quietly into the night and disappear? Or are they going to be like, fuck it and stay open?
I think some will resist. It depends on where in Maryland. I think there's going to be pockets of resistance in parts of the state, but I think overall, if they run this back again, I think most will cave.
I think if I was a bar or restaurant, start advertising now. Like, no matter what bullshit they pull, we'll be open. Like, don't pay any attention to
so
to
depressing
crazy
having to
people on
talk
TV,
about this.
I know, right?
Yeah, the amount of
I really
people
don't want to talk about.
I don't either. Yeah.
I was just saying the amount of people I saw wearing masks while we were like flying from here to Montana and back. I mean, it wasn't that many, but even anyone, it's just like,
yeah, it's alarming, dude. Yeah, because I saw some people flying. I just got back from vacation as well, and flying. You see, it's like, what the fuck? Like, really, you're doing this all over again? But anyway, so you're just up in Montana.
Like I'm gonna flip out the first time. I mean,
we're in Montana.
I'm used to seeing people wear masks and whatever, but the first time somebody tells me to wear one, I might just flip out though.
Yeah, me too.
Like there's no way.
Might see James on the news.
I'm gonna start like maybe. I mean, I've already kind of been thinking exit strategies, but I know my workplace
like cyanide.
Oh no, but I've been welding.
I've had enough of this shit. Yeah, I'm leaving.
Well, see, remember one of the things that they wanted to improve upon from the last pandemic was how dangerous it is for children. Remember that was kind of their big disappointment.
Yeah,
that like people will risk their own lives, but when, like they'd be a lot more compliant if their kids' lives were in danger. So I'm going to look for some. I'm predicting they're going to try to build on their previous success and try to just kind of close that escape loophole. I mean, imagine just telling somebody, "Oh, if you don't comply, you're killing kids."
Yep.
I mean, that's even worse than killing grandma, like they tried last time.
Yeah,
they're great at emotional manipulation for sure.
Trauma-based
programming. A lot of data off of this round of experiments on human compliance.
Yeah, I could see my workplace probably being COVIDiots, and I'll draw a line in the sand and be like, you know what? See you later. Because if you're gonna go along with this bullshit and make me wear a mask and go along with like all the bullshit,
dude, I will invest in your private welding university program. Okay?
Let's go. I'll do it. I'll be like, hey, everybody in this class, if you don't want to fucking deal with this bullshit, I'll teach you welding in a shorter amount of time, because I'm not going through with this clown show of, theater, COVID's theater, because I refuse. I'm not fucking doing this.
The reality is we're going to need people that can weld, right?
Yes.
I mean,
regardless.
Mad Max required a lot of welding.
Yep.
Don't you have to wear a mask when you're welding anyway? So it's
Very true. Teaching in your welding mask?
I could. I'll just wear my welding hood the whole fucking day just to be a dick. Because the mask, right? If it comes to that. But
you should wear it to the grocery store too, dude.
I'll just wear it everywhere. I don't know. Just be a dick. I just don't want to go through this shit again. If they try to run this back, I'm not complying whatsoever.
I mean, I remember literally being chased through the aisles of Acme, trying to grab whatever minimum supplies I needed before the manager was like, "You gotta wear a mask." Like, just what a nightmare. There's no way I'm doing that. Like, I'm not even. I'll just forage for food in the woods.
What is Acme? Is that like hardware?
That's like the grocery chain.
Oh.
I like Joe the exit strategy D355. It's go time, boys. But anyways, enough of the COVID's talk. What else we got on the docket? What else do we?
Who knows?
Let's see. There was something about.
Wasn't there some like new Russian accusation of biolabs? Ukrainian biolabs?
Yeah, let's find the docs on that. I did hear about that. I got some docs. We might say that for the after hours, but this was
thinking like, how's World War III cooking? I haven't checked on it lately.
Right. World War III is kind of, look at his douche nozzle. So this was last week. You guys were talking about the Richmond, North of Richmond.
Yeah. And, this guy. I can't wait to hear what this guy has.
This guy is such a douche waffle. Anthony Fantano. He's such a this is what CRT does to your brain.
But like, pay attention to the line that the title is named after. He's drawing lines there, not just class lines, as he's framing himself and everybody else listening to and relating to the song as poor and your average person, working class. Mind you, this guy like lives on 90 acres from what I understand, but that's neither here nor there, or maybe it is, whatever. But more specifically, he's drawing a geographical line here as well, between North and south, using Richmond, Virginia as that dividing line. With that,
except the dividing line was actually the Mason-Dixon line, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and it rhymes. The Richmond. It rhymes, you moron. You fucking loser. Look at his glasses.
It's good. It's good to see these people lose their mind. You know, we all know. I think we all know what versus he is the one that really pisses them off.
Dude, just take a baseball bat right in the middle.
You can't ignore the elephant in the room. You know, he's like bringing up
I have a name.
Old, bitter North-South ideological disconnections that go back to the Civil War era. Drawing this North-South line and claiming that you know, it's those people from the North that want to control us.
In your song, you are therefore a white supremacist.
If you're talking about state lines,
my lines,
my
state lines.
Like he mentioned a direction, therefore racist.
And tell us what to do. There's a lot of really bad and toxic and often bigoted political baggage,
problematic
that comes with, you know, that North v South binary. And also on top of it, it really has nothing to do with the economic struggles that he's singing about in the first portion of the song. Rich men north of Richmond are not the sole reason that you're struggling economically. It's,
I mean,
how many billions did they give to Ukraine recently?
Right.
The exploitative and solely profit-driven market system we currently live under, which is hurting everyone all over the country, regardless of what side of the Mason-Dixon line you land on.
Mason-Dixon, you fucking moron. Capitalism. It's Maryland and Pennsylvania, you dumb fuck. Like, stop talking about the Mason-Dixon line when he's talking about Virginia. This guy's...
We do know which verse is the one he really hates, right?
Yes, we know. State line.
Exactly.
I think it's fun to see some people that have lost their mind. One criticism that like the left has come at him with is that the 5 foot tall 300-pound reference,
the fudge rounds.
The criticism is that, you know, like, she's not your problem. Right, like, she's not the reason you're having any problem. I think that kind of misunderstands the, you know, like, why are you attacking, you know, just stupid, you know, people on welfare? They're not the ones, right, that he's targeting. I think he's just pointing out that the
hypocrisy,
the result of the welfare state, right, which is the flip side of the warfare state, that it is destroying people's health. Flat out, right? You're subsidizing people to kill themselves.
Yeah, because the next line he said, it's just this whole system keeps kicking people down.
Yeah, I think I think it's almost sympathetic with that woman, right? Like, who is had her basically all of her bad choices like subsidized, and to the point where you know, it's a tragedy. And if you look at the cities, you know, nobody can deny that the cities, so many of our cities are just going to shit. I mean,
they're hellscape.
The garbage, the you know, I mean, there's always been corruption, but it just seems like more and more things are crumbling. More and more crime is, you know, people are getting away with. Tent cities getting bigger.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, is that fair?
Recently, no, it's a fair. It's. These people are fucking blind to what's really going on, and they don't have they don't see what's going on out here. And it was just a couple weeks ago, and I think it was right before we had a Baltimore County LP meeting. It was like a night, 2 days before or day before, and I was telling everybody about it. But there was this tent city right up the street from my house, and it was going for over a year. And it just kept metastasizing. Like, it just got bigger and bigger.
Metastasizing.
And it was just like, and it was just strung out junkies. And just, it was just awful. The trash, the filth. And you just felt bad. Like, and yet this was allowed to continue for almost a year. And then one day I drive by, and they had all the Baltimore City Police. They had 2 or 3 trash trucks. They had like a little bobcat. They were like landscaping the land. There was a bunch of, like, I guess, social workers, and they cleared everybody out of there. But then guess what? Like a couple blocks, they just scatter. There's just tents all over the place now.
Yeah, it's just another terrible, horrible moment for those people that were already living a shitty existence, like on the street.
Right.
Now, what minimal little space they had and personal belongings are now destroyed. On top of whatever other problems they had,
it
just got 100 times worse. You know,
and they're not and the resources that are going to be available by the state are not going to be able to help them out at all, most likely, and they're just gonna. It's sad. It's sad, and it's like
keep pumping it full of tax dollars.
Yeah, but
it's interesting that like Green Day and some 41 songs aren't broken down like that.
Right. I know.
Yeah. Right.
So talk about punching down. Like he owns 90 acres. He's probably part of the patriarchy or fascist or racist.
Yeah, owning 90 acres in Western Virginia is like
he's
like $5 an acre, dude.
I read a description where he kind of introduced himself and said who he was and what his deal was, and he said he lives in an RV that he got for $750 that has a tarp on it. Okay, so
but you notice his recording equipment? It's really expensive.
Yeah, for one singer and one guitar. You know,
I do love that it's the commies doing this.
Yeah,
who are always like, like you say something like, oh, well, you're, going to Starbucks or you're using your Apple iPhone. They're like, well, just because I live under oppression doesn't mean I can't use the oppressor's tools. But meanwhile, they're going to attack this guy for having like a fucking, M audio box or whatever he's recording out of.
I know.
I thought the sound quality was great, right? So.
Yeah, sound fine. Yeah, cool guitar.
Yeah.
What's this like? Simps are distrustful of anything genuine. They prefer genuine imitation leather over genuine leather. Interesting.
What do you think about that plant-based vegan leather?
Yeah, leather. Based. I need to pull out my wallet. My wallet and my belt that I have on are made out of cork.
That's
they're vegan. Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty based.
Nerd.
Plant-based.
What kind of wallet is it? Like, how's the cork? Is it just like one of those thin wallets, or is it like a Costanza wallet? Like, what are we talking here?
It's just like a trifold wallet, just like a normal. Or I think
could be a Costanza wallet.
I need to get a new wallet. My wallet is a borderline Costanza wallet. Like, I need
just get the money clip.
Yeah, that's what.
All you need is the money clip.
Okay.
I just had pleather when I was vegan.
That's made out of cork.
Yep. Yes, sir.
What is cork made out of?
Total disregard for the cork tree. Just lack of sympathy or caring.
Yeah, what is cork made from a cork tree?
It's a helpless. It's completely helpless.
You don't even know what it's made out of, Matt. It could be made out of some other animal. You never know.
I know. What if a cork is like a little furry little mouse creature?
It wanted to live.
Thing. What was that? Nibbler.
Nibbler.
Futurama's back, baby.
Is it? It's probably going to be stupid now.
Yeah.
No, the first episode was actually pretty good. It was like the same kind of humor. It's still good. Still got it.
That used to be my favorite show. So
yeah, same.
They had Bitcoin.
I watched the first episode when it came out on that night in year 2000.
Oh, like after New Year's? Yeah.
They premiered on at 12 o'clock.
Yeah,
or
I think I watched it
right
too.
Before. Yeah.
It was like right after the ball dropped or whatever.
Yeah.
Y'all watch Trailer Park Boys?
No, all my friends did, and they all told me to watch it.
I've seen a few episodes.
Never got around to it.
I watched it with Bergman, actually.
I was binge watching it lately. It's a great show. Got to do it.
There's also like Canadian shows also, because that takes place in Canada. And there's also another good called Letterkenny that everyone likes. That's fantastic. And there's a spinoff of that called Shoresy. And honest to God, this might be one of my favorite shows of all time. Shoresy is so fucking funny. It's about like this. He's this crazy hockey player playing in some random ass league up in like Northern Ontario, and he's just so just such an asshole, and it's just funny. I recommend it. High recommendation. And Letterkenny was also funny too, but I didn't finish watching that. But,
I know
there's only one season, 6 episodes, totally manageable.
I know, James, you said you went to Canada. You drove up there last weekend, was it?
Yeah, or about something like that. Yeah,
because you went to Acadia and then did that. So I went to Glacier and then drove up to Canada, up to the Waterton Park. And I was driving 80 miles an hour because I saw the sign said 80. It was like speed limit 80. I didn't even think about it, man. And then I turned the corner and it has the little yellow sign and it said KMPH. I was like, oh no.
Damn metric system.
I didn't even think about it. It's just something that you
shouldn't have to. God damn it.
Shouldn't they have to use the English system? I mean, they're still ruled by the king and all. How do they get to use metric, but we're still using the English system?
They're just ruled by everybody.
Yeah, China.
I kind of I got used to the metric system pretty fast. And I noticed like my like Waze or whatever, like it's just started feeding me everything in kilometers anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
But so you made it through the checkpoint, I guess, okay, etc., or we wouldn't be here.
It was chill. Well, kind of. They made me pull over to the side and made me sweat it out for like 10 minutes and then came over and was like, okay, you're good to go.
Did you go to Babb, Montana?
That's where we stayed. Yeah, we stayed in Babb.
Wow.
That's my cousin Cyrus's town.
Oh,
really?
Wow.
Get out.
We stayed on the Blackfeet Indian Reservation.
Yeah, exactly. He founded that town like, I don't know, like early 1900s. He was like one of the like terraformers. They were like, hey, we need to move this river to because we want it over there. And, instead of those people having water, we need it for our people. And so that was his job, I guess. And he was the one getting the mail. So eventually they just.
So your cousin like ethnically cleansed the whole Blackfoot?
It was more, I would just call him an eco-terrorist, I think.
Okay.
Would be the.
Well, you're the voluntarist, so I guess it runs in the family.
Force mommy stopping in here.
So it's Glacier National.
Sound off is the best way to be, though. Really.
Oh my God.
You just get to stare at my big old face.
You just get to look at those mutton chops.
Looking like Patrick Stump in 2005.
So how was Montana plant-based?
Oh, it was great, man. I had a bunch of base conversations with some people, actually. Some dude at the grocery store who was bagging our groceries just brought up the Federal Reserve. Like, I wasn't even talking about anything libertarian at all. He was just like,
awesome.
He was just like, yeah, I didn't have a like libertarian shirt or anything. He just said, what did he say?
Rocking a PRL shirt?
No. But he was like, oh, yeah, get ready for groceries to go up. And I was like, oh, why? And he goes, all the Federal Reserve's hiking up rates. Like, oh, wow. Sweet.
Nice.
Yeah. And then somebody else. And then the next place we went, this lady was talking to us about how mosquito control was a line item on her property taxes. I was like, do I attract like libertarian talk or something? Like, it's pretty wild. And then the lady who we got the car rental from started talking about the plane lady. I was like, geez, man, all these people are talking about all this awesome stuff, dude. That was like the first 3 conversations we had when we got there. I was like, all right.
So where in Montana exactly was this?
Oh,
Glacier.
yeah, Lebbe for sure.
So Glacier is okay. So that's okay.
So like we went up into Waterton, Canada, because it was like it's like an hour from Babb. Yeah.
Okay.
But man, those wildfires were insane when we left. Like the smoke was just crazy. If they were wildfires. But
so you think is there a coordinated effort with the wildfires? I think it's
Jared's people are shooting their lasers off.
Yeah, it's my people, the Jewish space lasers, the JL space JSLs.
Yeah,
I mean, I think I think it's safe to say that the way they manage the forests up there for the lumber industry is probably really shitty, right? Like I just kind of remember like in Western Canada seeing like they would just clear cut whole mountainsides, right? And if you look at it from like Google Maps, you look at what should be a forest, it's more like a patchwork, right? Where it's just huge sections cleared. And, I don't know, whenever they centrally manage something, it's
well, I mean, look, a certain amount of wildfire is necessary for a healthy forest. It's not like all forest fires are bad, right?
Right.
It's just
So maybe
when
they're not letting it burn at the right time, but then it becomes
could
a
be.
bigger problem
Smokey Bear
later.
would disagree with you, Jared.
Like if you start, what's that?
Smokey Bear would disagree with that statement, but
well, Smokey the Bear can get fucked.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
I mean, they ideally should be caused by nature, but
do you know who you know who voices Smokey the Bear now?
No,
Sam Elliott.
Oh,
hell yeah.
Sense. That makes sense.
No, it's like he's not jovial at all. It's like only you can prevent forest fires.
Was it ever jovial?
Yes, it was.
Are you thinking of like Scooby, or are you
Alex-
thinking of like Yogi the Bear? You're thinking of Yogi the Bear, dude.
No,
Only you.
Smokey the Bear purist over here.
Yeah.
I'm a
Do you
bear
guys think?
supremacist.
Do you guys think Justin Trudeau would be like a large scale arsonist in Canada and just like try to burn his own country down just to somehow make himself more important?
Yeah.
I mean,
he's a psychopath.
I'm just thinking this is a coordinated effort by the World Economic Forum, just to like Vanguard, BlackRock, to just decimate these like high value properties, get people off fucking land, just to. It just seems way too coordinated. This shit coming out of Maui, and we could play the videos, but like direct energy weapons are fucking real. Okay, they're fucking real.
Last week I said not everything's a conspiracy. Like it's sometimes shit just happens and you're like, it is what it is. But then I kept reading more and more about the things that fucking happen, and I'm like, no, everything's a conspiracy. Like it's just like, what the fuck just happened?
Right. Just the one you thought is like, oh, that can never be real is going to be real. So I'm not going to rule out space lasers either. However, if I wanted to start a forest fire, I don't need $1 billion program. Okay, I literally need some road flares, right?
Yeah,
and
but how many jobs are you going to create
with
with
helicopter, and you're done?
James, you don't create that many jobs with road flares, though. But if you're building a giant space laser, that's a lot of jobs, man.
Play this video.
That's a lot of contracts.
Yeah,
let's play this video because it is real. They are out there, and there's a Simpsons predictions. They spelled predictions wrong.
Oh my god, dude!
But
that one,
not that one. But let's show the one that the
Where's the other one?
put out, because this is on the hits. Like, and granted, I was in the Air Force. There's a lot of crazy shit out there that I was not privy to, or sometimes privy to. Shit's real. Like, it's out there. This one is about cops. So this is another aspect of it too. You have cops standing down. They're stopping aid coming in. So this is the police in Maui.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Weapons.
Total ineptness. Yeah, weapons aside.
Mountain Dew aside.
Yeah,
this idea of like they basically prevented anybody. They've called it a media-free zone.
Yeah, right.
In this area, like I saw some video and it was like a Fox News guy, and he was able to get in just because he was a resident. So he got in there and then he was broadcasting to Fox News. I mean, obviously I got to take his word for it, but
let's see the space laser footage.
Well, this is a quick video. We can watch it to like the minute, but this is a cop shutting down
the
aid.
Cops, yeah.
They're
not allowing, like there are people in other islands that are trying to help out and they won't let them in.
So people
apparently, one more thing, and apparently like the Red Cross was there for like 5 minutes and then left. It is a little
wonder how the
fishy.
Nazis did what they did, how they follow the orders. Here in Maui, people are hungry, people are suffering, and they're shutting down food distribution centers like it's just some normal walk in the park day, just feeding the homeless, just regular. How they normally do it is they'll fine you if you feed homeless illegally. You need a permit, you need all this bullshit. But in an emergency time, how are they doing this? Check this out. I'm just like blown. How is this cop following this order? How is he following this order? This is where it's supposed to stop. They're supposed to say, no, this is an unlawful order. It's causing harm to the people. I'm here to serve the people. It's pretty basic A+B type stuff. And yet he's failing. The dude can't even see. People need to eat. I'm like mind blown. There's so orders to break up food.
Where's the actual? There we go.
Oh, here we go.
The reason is really simple.
He says, "I'm not sure of the reasoning." The cop, and then he's barring some people from distributing food.
So
it's just what cops do. I mean, isn't that the story with every single disaster from in my lifetime, right? It's like, what's a hurricane? The cops are preventing aid from coming in. Like, that's the first thing they do is, remember, what's a cop's first task? Get control of the situation. You know, like, we just get control. We decide who goes where. You know, we can't just have people helping people out there. So, I just posted a link from a story from CNN, but the story's all over the place where they say their emergency warning system, like alert, did not go off.
Yeah, it's like one of the best in the country, and yet
that's what they say, right? Off. But like, this is where libertarians should pick it up.
But wait, remember when it was a false alarm before? Remember when it was a false alarm saying that there was a nuke coming?
Centralized emergency response system that anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. So, centralized emergency response. And then
hold on. And meanwhile, I have an app on my phone called Citizen that alerts me of everything going on automatically. It does not rely. Well, I guess it does read like police reports and shit, but like it'll also do like user submitted.
There was a loss of network connectivity, and they turned the water off. Okay, so they turned it off supposedly so the fire departments could get it, but then the fire departments didn't have access to water either. So
and you're on a fucking island. Like, you're telling me you can't get
surrounded by water.
And like, you know, probably coming from Honolulu plans, and they're told what to do. Like, if they had just had old fashioned like firehouses with local based alarm systems and their own water tanks and supplies, like, who knows how history would be totally different.
Yeah, like, remember a couple years ago they had the emergency siren warning system of an incoming nuke from North Korea, and it was a false alarm, you know? And yet here's all these wildfires, and they're next to a military base, and yet this just, like, no warning, no aid, like, something's fucky. And then the other thing we failed to mention was in that video, the sheriff of Maui was the sheriff in Vegas during the fucking shooting. No fucking joke. Get in the docks. It's fucking real. This guy's a fraud. He's a crisis actor. He's fucking hiding shit. I shit you not. He was the fucking sheriff in Vegas, and now he's out.
He's got planned next. We should ask him what his next starring role will be.
Yeah, where's he running for next?
Right. What's his next assignment? Who fucking
I hope there's not an opening in Philadelphia for a new sheriff. Like,
right. So, I mean, and then so all of this aside, like, all of this is like ineptitude, government malfeasance, just bureaucracy, just what government does. And then you have like what the military industrial complex does, and direct energy weapons are fucking real. So I think we play this like History Channel video.
Consider the amount of like energy.
I mean, they're next to a military base. Like well, let's play the video. Babs, you be the judge. See what you think. But I just think these fires are fucking hokey, that they're just burning out some cars, burning them to like melting everything. Like, it just doesn't seem like natural.
Melting aluminum isn't a big deal. It's easier than melting steel beams.
Well, yeah, it's very true. As a welder, it is
definitely get
higher melting temperature. Steel does have a higher melting temperature.
I don't have this video you're talking about, Alex.
It is USAF Direct Energy Laser History Channel clip. So this was on the History Channel. Oh, it's in the chat there. Hang on, let me share it here. No, that's not it. Bear with me. But no, it was. I mean, this was on the History Channel, so I mean, take it for what it is. But you know.
What was that, Otto?
I don't know. It was like a yawn and a hiccup at the same time. I went to go yawn, and it's just like hiccup. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? I'm getting old.
Right,
yeah, I saw the same video you're talking about.
Yeah.
I remember seeing this on the History Channel, like, back in the day. Like,
is it about like the flying chemical laser? Yeah, that's a big chemical laser and mounted on a plane.
Notice how big it is. First airborne directed energy weapon. The airborne laser, also known as the ABL.
Oh no, my interwebs.
They also show like Bigfoot shows on the History Channel. So
just mounted the ABL.
No, this is a real thing. They mounted a gigantic, like, to make a laser, You can do it like with electricity, but to get the real power,
is one of the
they
most
use a
sophisticated
chemical
and
laser,
elaborate
chemical
modifications in
reaction,
history.
it's humongous.
The entire nose section is removed
required.
and retrofitted.
Take it for what it is.
The world's largest titanium plate is installed to hold the enormous turret-mounted laser in place. The ABL system is designed to find, track, and destroy an enemy target in the air and on the ground. It
It's
can
just
loiter
makes
at
me think of Austin Powers.
40,000
So you recognize
feet for 5 hours.
the narrator?
Refuel
James?
in midair.
No, who is it?
And destroy a target.
Nicholas
who is it?
Sarwark.
It's Riker.
NSA himself.
Oh, what's his face? Is
Jonathan Frakes.
Mm-hmm.
But here's, I think there's just some simple logic we have to apply here. Like, why would you use an expensive piece of equipment like that when you could, like, literally, you could do it with a magnifying glass? You know, like,
right. Yeah, I mean, the area was stricken with drought.
There's a
for
military
like months.
base, but there's a military base right there. What
The
if one of
military base
things
is
they
on
accidentally-
Honolulu, dude. It's nowhere near Maui.
I thought it was near Maui.
The one that makes sense
okay,
if you're targeting an incoming ICBM.
Pretty sure.
You know, or like,
I
think that's what, or maybe even a naval ship, right? Something like that. But I
Guys,
can't.
but they
see
have
them
toys.
hey,
They
we
wanna
need these
use them.
trees
That's
to
what-
burn. You know, what's the best thing we've got? Okay, bring out the giant space lasers. You know, like.
I mean, but we're talking about a government that was going to plan, what was the operation in Southern Florida to justify Operation Northwoods, where they were going to crash airliners into Miami to justify invading Cuba. You know, this is a government like 9/11.
I'm not going to rule out that they're just a bunch of sick bastards and they've got this flying weapon and they wanted to use it on some poor bastard somewhere, right?
Like, it just on accident, they like, oh shit, I accidentally pressed the button. It zapped one of the.
Or like, hey,
fields over there.
it's a special favor for Oprah. You know, like, like she gathered guests at a dinner party, and like they could all come. Okay, it's time, and everybody went outside by the pool, and then
time for the fireworks show
down, and they all applauded.
And you get some psychopath, like
she does live. She does live like up in the mountains, so she would know that she probably wouldn't be touched by the fire.
Like that pizza. So. Do you guys see that pizza meme I posted on the Instagram?
Yeah, that was a great meme.
That was hilarious. It's like a completely burnt pizza with one slice that was like not burnt at all, and it said like Hawaii, and the other part it said property that was owned by Oprah and other elites.
See, I've heard that like the governments are trying to get that land. I've heard people complaining that the property owners are being contacted with offers to buy their property,
like $700 or.
But no, the government's like taking it from them.
But somehow it's a bad thing if somebody asks them if they'd like to sell. That's some kind of exploitation or something. Like, I mean, it's kind of weird to like, I think nobody wants to see these people exploited, but at the same time, like, how do you think you're helping these people by protecting them from offers to buy their property, artificially keeping the property value low? The fewer offers, the lower the sale price. Like they're literally suppressing the money that these people would be able to get for their property, which they might not have money to build a new house, right? But if they could still have quite a bit of equity in the land itself, but now you're some kind of an asshole.
Yeah, you'd actually want a bunch of real estate companies to start a bidding war for the property.
Absolutely.
You definitely don't want the government to be like, "Oh, we'll handle this."
I think that's what they're going. They're like, but they
well, the governor came out and said, "We're going to stop these real estate investors from trying to buy up this land.
These evil investors that are going to take advantage. We're going to stop them. Don't worry, it's ours now."
Right.
Do you think Airbnb is a big reason the house prices are so high, or you think that's an excuse?
What's the Federal Reserve?
No, well, yeah.
I mean, if the dollar wasn't shit, people wouldn't be investing in all of these real estate places. I mean, people are using real estate as a store of value because they know you can't keep dollars around, and the stock markets, seems like that's heavily manipulated. So tons of people put capital into second houses and vacation homes. I mean, yeah. You end up, and now these people are competing with regular homeowners or people that want to provide low income housing or worker housing or whatever it's needed.
This comment here: Hawaii did not join the United States; they were occupied.
Yeah,
they were conquered fair and square.
Yeah, and wasn't Maui the center or the kingdom that was where the
King
kingdom...
Kamehameha, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of history. I mean, Jared, you were there on that island. I mean, there's a lot of history there.
Yeah, there's a ton of history. It's really sad.
I'd love to see an independence movement, like reclaim the monarchy.
Yeah. Well, they like the locals like resent it to this day. Like they're not a fan of the government.
Who would have thought the luau was going to start in Hawaii? Like the potential luau was literally going to start in Hawaii.
I think it's time to start throwing people in the volcano again.
Right, yeah.
It might come to it.
I mean, is not pleased.
It might come to it. I mean, these people are fucking pissed out there. I mean, Biden literally just made a statement. He's flying out there now, but yet all the while,
he's flying out there like 2 weeks later.
Yeah,
he's already took 2 vacations since then.
Yeah. And all the while, there's billions already or millions already going to Ukraine this whole time.
No, I think it's billions. Yeah,
it's billions.
And meanwhile, people, billions. What's millions, billions, trillions? Who the fuck can, it's all fiat.
Billions.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, look at the stories I've heard about response is that there's no FEMA, there's no state agencies. What's her name? Tulsi Gabbard did some journalism down there and has a video out where she went around talking to people and she was showing oh, look at all this private aid, boxes of stuff coming in, all kinds of stuff, volunteers springing into action, people flying in radio equipment, all of this is all private. And she's like, but where's the government? Where's the government? And the left is out there kind of horrified. How come our government's not working? Why, let's shut up and be like, hey, it turns out government sucks at this. Thank God for actual free people stepping in to actually do the helping when it's
But then
needed
those people get blocked by the police.
A government created disaster, right? The police were blocking people from escaping. It's like they were keeping aid from entering. I mean, it's exactly what we heard during Katrina, other disasters. It's maybe it's time for people to stop depending on these centralized.
Yeah, but God forbid you propose.
Systems.
Yeah, I mean, God forbid you propose defunding FEMA to these people. They'll be like, well, what are we going to do when the hurricane hits? I don't know. Probably do a lot better.
Yeah, everyone should just move to Florida
when the hurricane hits.
Be with Matt. That's the trick.
But then you got to worry about these things.
Then you have the hurricanes.
Nice little hurricanes.
No, but you guys see Hillary?
Oh yeah, but I'd rather have hurricanes than that wildfire smoke, man. That stuff. I'm glad we left when we did, because I mean it got bad our last day there, and we'd already done our intense hikes. So I mean, if we'd had to be there when we were hiking 10 miles, that would have sucked.
What's a hike?
You need to take one.
It's like yogging. It's like yogging, Otto.
Yogging?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jogging.
It's fun, dude. James, you go hiking, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I love hiking.
Acadia.
Hiking. Got it. I'll write that down. Wait a minute. That's not one of those forms of exercise, is it, that I've been hearing so much about?
It's a good one. Yeah. It helps with mood stabilization. If I get pissed off, just some time in the woods.
Nature's always good for that. Fuck, I go out and sit on my deck and watch the trees set 100-foot trees just swaying in the wind, and I just could sit there for hours staring at it and be all calm.
Bird watching.
Right.
You hate hiking because it has the word king in it, and you're an anarchist, right?
That's right. That's right. I'm not a hobbyist.
I had fun hiking in Canada. It's like hiking here, but it was in French. You see somebody on the trail, just say bonjour. It's like bonjour. It's fun.
Tell us about this the podcast, man.
Oh yeah.
Plant-Based Liberty podcast. It released today. Our first episode was with Josh from the Pineal podcast. He's awesome, dude. He actually just had recent episodes with Glenn Greenwald and Jimmy Dore, and we talked a little bit about that. But
Cool.
Yeah, he's pretty based. He was all about the Rage Against the War Machine. He's not really a libertarian, but he was all about that. He went on Oregon Libertarians podcast and talked about that.
Oh yeah, our boy up there in Oregon.
So do you have to be vegan to be on your show?
Not necessarily. No, I'll talk to people. I'm talking.
Do crickets count as plant based for you, or is that?
No.
What about non-GMO crickets?
No, man. I'm whole food plant based. So that's like I'm vegan with extra steps. So I've got vegan, and then I don't no oil, like no added oil, so I don't cook with like olive oil or anything.
You don't cook with olive oil?
No. What do you use? Avocado oil?
Like
no oil.
Any oil? No oil.
Just
None.
Maybe put a little like tamari in the or coconut aminos, like in the nonstick.
Damn, I don't know how I would
like a walk with like a.
So tamari is like soy sauce, except without the gluten.
Oh, I have some of that shit.
Soy.
Yeah, actually.
Whoa.
Yeah.
He's having
Soy's
soy.
Based, dude.
It helps you grow your man boobs.
Organic soy. Oh boy.
Organic soy. Wow.
Yeah. No, we're on another level here, man.
You don't eat. It's like The Simpsons. Like I don't eat anything that casts a shadow.
That was another thing. That same guy who checked us out in Montana was like, I love what you're doing. He was like, your grocery purchases is up here and everyone else is down here. And then at the end of like, after he checked us out, he was like, I really enjoyed your purchase.
Really?
Oh, wow.
I can respect that.
It's like he was
right?
hitting on you.
Like because it's like, let's face it, he's probably got, he's probably watching people come through getting the fudge rounds.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, this guy's not 300 pounds.
EBT card?
He's not on the EBT.
I've lost 50,
no fudge.
I've lost 59 pounds at this point, so it's working for me. And I can still
rub it in.
Today I bench pressed 119% of my body weight, so I'm still doing okay. I only do like 4 sets a week.
Are you doing it for health or ethical or both, or?
I would say it probably started for the animals. I started it because I got COVID after going to see Green Day and listen to them say "Time of Your Life" or sing "Time of Your Life," and then I got COVID right after that, so that's pretty wild. But we went to the Hell Omega tour. It was like Weezer, Fall Out Boy, and Green Day. And that was in Atlanta. Then we came back and got COVID. That was in like 2021. And I felt really bad. I was pretty sick, and because I was eating a bunch of garbage at that point. But we watched a bunch of documentaries and decided to start doing it, and been doing it ever since. So it's been almost 2 years for me.
Damn. Well, so let's do the complete juxtaposition while we're still live on the live show. Jared, share the second image I shared to you because I went to the doctor today. And this was the description they sent in the summary of my appointment of what's wrong with me.
Oh, no.
Just the second image. Don't read it until you post it. Try to ignore it.
This violating HIPAA?
Yeah. No, well, I'm giving it to you guys.
Yeah, I know. I'm just
put it on the screen and let's all read it together.
Oh, no, man. We're going to worry about you, man. I don't know. Do we really want to read all this?
Type condition.
It's one sentence.
Morbid obesity due to excess calories.
Oh, fuck.
See, they're not telling you you don't exercise enough.
Yeah.
Going right in my bio.
Just put that on your when you run for Region 5 alternate again.
Yeah, instead of based, put morbid obesity due to excessive calories.
My dental record.
Morbid obesity, dude. Yeah. You need to get your shit together, man.
My dental record says that I smoke a lot of weed. Okay.
Man, that hospital is not progressive, man. They haven't heard the news about fat bottom girls, have they?
Oh yeah, holy shit, that's so fucked up. They removed that.
After hours. We gotta see that for the after hours.
Well, have you now? This I don't take this the right way, but have you considered counting your calories and perhaps managing it?
Look, you all know I lost 70 pounds right when COVID started. I got in good shape, but just keeping off the weight's always been a problem for me. And so I was like, finally, I'm going to the doctor. I'm just gonna do what the fuck he says. I'm going to take it one step at a time. So I got all these tests lined up I got to take. I'm just the worst shape of my life. Sucks. But that line really made me laugh.
You know who we should bring on the show is Dan O'Neill from Mises Caucus in New Jersey.
Yeah, we had him
He's
on
lost
before.
like I think well over 100 pounds.
Yeah,
turned his diet around, created a fitness regimen for himself.
Or Quincy, we're gonna have Quincy on again.
You know, like he's really improved his health dramatically, and I think in a very non-fad way, not like through really hard work and discipline.
I can get the weight off. It's just keeping it off. Doing something I could never found anything. Like as soon as I
have you thought about getting like gastric bypass or
don't do it?
Yeah, fuck that, dude. Nah, I wouldn't do that.
I'm telling you, man, I can help you out.
I gotta
go plant-based.
I was also fat when I was vegan, so it's like
just try not to do. Just don't do oil. Try that.
That's like 90% of my diet.
Exactly.
Cut it out.
Otto just drinks olive oil for breakfast.
I know.
You can go the other way.
That's a glass of olive oil.
You like rip shots of canola oil.
Yeah.
You can go carnivore. No carbs, sugars, or oils.
Then you'll be looking like Liver King.
That guy's on steroids, dude.
I know.
Jesus Christ, that guy.
What are you trying to say, Matt?
Are you able to walk like an hour a day?
That's what I used to do. I used to walk like every night. I would walk like 5 miles, just all crawl across town and everything.
Don't you have to walk for your job, Otto?
Yeah, I do that, but that's how I've lost weight. Because when they weighed me, I was like, oh boy, here we go. I was like, oh shit. I was like, I've actually like 10 pounds lighter. It must be all the walking I've been doing lately. Because I've neither here nor there, but I've been doing more walking at work and so I do that. And I know what it takes to lose the weight. I just mentally I got to be there, and then once I do it, I have to somehow then figure out a way to keep it off. Never been able to do that. I've lost over 50 pounds 3 times in my life. Like I've had to like lose 50 pounds, and I've done it all in short term, and it's always just gained it back.
The Liberty Movement
what methods
needs you
do
at
you
your
use?
best. That would be my reason.
Liberty Movement doesn't need me.
I mean, the trick is like
Region 5 is counting on you, Otto.
What are you saying, Bob?
What methods did you use? You said you lost the 50 pounds, but what did you
intermittent
do?
fasting? I was eating paleo, walking. That was about it.
Were you tracking your calories?
Yeah, I was like, I would track my calories because I would just, certain portions of chicken, broccoli, like lean meats. That's how I did. Sorry, plant-based.
I've had good luck with the Weight Watchers program, which is kind of like calorie tracking, but it uses like a point system. You scan the label, and if it's high in protein, right, it's low points. If it's sugars, it's high points. Right.
Well, yeah, and I didn't have any sugar. I cut out drinking.
If you use it and stay within your point limit, you will lose. It's a system that like helps you develop, like patterns, because you can see like, holy shit, like 4 slices of pizza the other day was basically a full day's worth of points, and then to add 1 beer and you're like, wow.
Yeah, Otto, you might have to start drinking light beer, dude.
Yeah.
I hate to break it to you. You're going to have to drink some Natty Bo, like your boy.
Didn't you all snore real bad?
I do.
I have
actually
really
I have to wear a CPAP now.
Same here. I wear a CPAP machine,
but I'm not overweight.
I think we figured out it's gluten for me. Like it inflames my nasal passages.
I got the whole rigmarole of tests going on. I got allergy tests.
Get a sleep study. Oh, you already have a CPAP, you said.
Yeah, dude. I got to start getting a tracksuit. I got to be able to look good in a tracksuit caucus, because that's the best caucus there is in the party.
Do it, dude.
The tracksuit.
Well, and let's get Nikki P on board. Let's do a challenge between you and Nikki P. Right.
We're actually gonna do a weight loss challenge in the Maryland LP. Just get fit for the Boogaloo.
Yeah, I think I'd love to see health and fitness become more popular topics in libertarian circles, because you do look around at these events, and I'm not the best.
A lot of me's.
There are some people that are just
a lot of people who are morbidly obese due to excess calories.
Isn't fitness right-wing extremism though?
Yeah, it is. It is, man.
So if it is
not libertarian extremism,
stop being such a Nazi. God damn it.
Well, let's get out of here.
We're losing viewers. So
how do we find the plant-based podcast?
Yeah, tell us.
So it's on Apple. I think it's on Spotify. It's on Zencaster too. But
Are we on Spotify?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on Spotify.
Okay. I did not know that.
It's my pinned tweet. So follow me on Twitter, at plant-based LP.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up, Eric. Excess calories rules. That's what rules. All right. Well, dude, thanks for coming on, man. It's great. First time we gotta have you on again.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Love
Hunter.
being on. Love the
Hell
show.
yeah.
Y'all subscribe to
Thanks,
Patreon.
man.
Y'all do it.
You have a Patreon or yet or no?
He's telling our fans to listeners to
Oh,
subscribe.
yeah.
But yes,
do that.
y'all need to have it. I have it, and it's great.
All right.
We put out great
we'll
content.
swap.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Yeah. So speaking of Patreon, what you guys do, sign up for our Patreon. Go over to patreon.com/punkrocklibertarians and sign up for as little as $3 a month. You get access to the live show we're about to do right after this, our after hours podcast. We'll send you a link so you guys get to chime in and make fun of me or do whatever you want, the chat. And then once it's done, we'll send you the link to the recorded podcast. And you also get access to all of our other after hours shows. So you can sign up for different levels. You get a free t-shirt or join the Fed level. We're still looking for a Fed level supporter. I will for as little as $1,000 a month. And guys, inflation, that's like nothing now. So some of you guys just need to deep down in your pockets and just join the Fed level. And we'll tell you all my deep, dark secrets. And anyway, so and also other ways to donate to the show, go to PRLfans.com and you guys can send us stuff on PayPal or send us Bitcoin. And then we also have t-shirts for sale over at libertariancountry.com. If you use the code PRL or PRL podcast, you get a 10% discount. If you spend $50 or more, you get to see Matt's cat. No, yeah, you spend $50 or more, you get and use the code PRL2 and you'll get a 20% discount. So until next time, live free
or die.